this orchard did not get mowed. Did not, in fact, get mowed. Ooh, that's a little schnicky. Oh, that beep is just too much. The beep is too much. This got skipped on the last mow, looks like. Grass looking a little too tall. Juan skipped it. We're gonna have to get that mowed. Preventing weeds today, that's what we're doing. Morning! Spreading riot today, huh, Jake? We're doing a little bit of pre-emerge today. Should be a gorgeous day for it. We got a couple orchards left to do. We might be able to get it wrapped up. I think the fall colors are about smoked, nothing left of them. We're gonna go over here, see if we can't butt our spray arm off in the weeds. It's gonna be a tough look, probably get in trouble for that, but if we can. Got the spray truck out. Greetings from the Philippines. That's a long ways away. Oh man, weed spraying with one hand. That could be challenging. So we just have a regular destroy all the trees. No. Nope. This helps the trees. These trucks, we have cool little cameras here that shows us what the truck's doing on the other side, since it's hard to see when you're driving what that side's doing. So we install a cool little camera. This is our application rate. Computer. Get to the end of the row. Shut it off. This is a pretty simple gig. We converted an old, well, this guy's a 2001 GMC. Wait a minute. That's the wrong row. We better back that up. There's our tank behind here that holds all of our chemical. You spray in Hardy, Tennessee. Tennessee, that's a long ways away. Good morning. Oh, it's so bouncy. Let's see if I can. Sometimes it's depending on how the sun's looking, it's tough to really see how far that spray is going on that side, but for the most part, it's pretty helpful to be able to see that. Because most times you can. Yeah, we just, the truck we go for is we need a long bed in order to get the tank onto the truck, if that makes sense. So, in order to get this tank to fit, we have to get it flatbed, we take it off. We pretty much strip it all the way down to the frame, and we fabricate everything on our own. Here, I'll get out and show you guys what it looks like. It's got a mixed motor here in the back, and that agitates what's in the tank. We fabricate, like I said, everything behind. All that's left up front is just the cab. It's probably up a little too high now. Pull that back. That runs on gas, is a gas truck. Bumper's looking a little rusty. Little walk around. These are our booms. Yeah, those are the valves here, these two black boxes. Those turn on and off when I hit the buttons inside the cap here. And it's pretty simple. We have two electric pumps for each side, and that's what powers the nozzles. Oh, here's the camera. And that's what we use right there to see. So it's pretty simple. It's a 450 gallon tank. It sprays about 40 orchard acres, complete, covering 40% of the ground. 45, we do 45% is what we figure we cover, actually spraying the grass strip, or underneath the trees, sorry, from here to there. 45% of the ground, the other 55 is the grass strip. So that's how we calculate all of our rates. We're spraying pre-emergent today. So what we put down on the ground will sit all winter and stay on the ground until the spring, where it'll be activated and will keep weeds from growing for an extended period of time into the late spring, early summer before we'll have to spray. We do about what do? We do a rotation of usually 500 to 600 acres every year for that. Yes, this is the Hardy farm. So the truck can't make the turn for every single row, so we have to go every other. And we'll go all the way across the orchard like that. And then we'll come back on the other rows and finish it off. Glad Minecraft farming isn't this complex. Yeah, you know, cherry farming is really not that complex, but this is just a little fall job that we do just to try and help ourselves be more efficient in the spring by not having to spray all of our acres to take care of the weeds when we're usually pinched for time with some other stuff. So these buttons here, that's just these first two run the two booms on each side, so it's pretty simple. And the controller here can tell you, right now it's on speed. I can put the rate. It tells you how much rate is going on. And if I go too fast or too slow, the computer will make a noise to let me know that I'm not spraying at the correct speed, which means that the target rate that we're going for in the orchard is not being met. Spread the cancer juice. It's 99% water. So I guess if you're drinking water, yeah, there's still some decent fall colors, looks like. Mechanically instead, especially in an orchard like this. In our organic farms, we do have a orchard mower, and it does an absolutely terrible job. It breaks all the time, and it's not efficient. It mows at about 1 mile an hour, and if you can keep it running, it just would not cover it. It doesn't cover our 250 acre organic farm, but we have about 2,400 acres total, so that's not really a plausible thing for us to do. Oh, I think it's a 2001 GMC 2500 gasser. We definitely have to have a pickup truck in order to carry all the weight in the tank behind us. But like I said a couple minutes ago, what we do is we just pretty much take the whole bed of the truck off. Traverse. You were in Traverse. Traverse City area in Michigan. See the fall colors. Usually this orchard, you can see some tree damage from the deer, from the bucks, from them rubbing. Which, like that tree right there, that'll kill the tree after about a year. They'll just murder a tree with their rack. So we try and keep those out as fast as we can. Keep them out. Mirror broke off over there. It's sitting on I think it's right here on the table. Yeah. It just keeps falling off, so depth perception's a little off, but it's good that we got the camera so we can see what's going on. This orchard's got some pretty short rows, so hopefully they come out with some better equipment to use at some point. Yeah, that would be nice, because the weeds are can be a major issue. They steal vital nutrients and water from the soil, from the trees, which we're trying to grow the trees, give them everything that they need to produce good, healthy fruit every year. So, excuse me. Doing that it's a pretty important job. It might not seem like it, but trying to keep a healthy tree is our number one job. So we just got to the end, but I need to do this outside row and then head back all the way across the orchard. This is one of the smallest farms. I forget how many acres it is. It might only be like 5 acres, but it can be a little annoying turning around so much. Most of the other farms you won't turn around for 2, 3, 4 minutes. So, and there's not too many leaves down. My family used to travel from Mississippi to Illinois to pick apples and bring them back to sell. Yes, we do. Apples are a huge crop in this area also. We are just getting into the apple game. We have about 30 acres planted. This year we harvested, I don't know, a little over, I think it was like 300 boxes or something like that. So it wasn't too crazy, but that number will definitely take off. Your grandfather had a peach orchard and sold produce for 60 years. Oh, that's great. We do not do any peaches. There are plenty of people up here that have peaches, but we are mostly tart Montmorency cherries, and we are just now getting into multiple different varieties of apples. There is a guy in here, Jake. His farm hires upwards of 56 to 60 pickers every year to harvest their fruit. That is an insane amount of people. That's a lot of boxes of apples. A lot of apples. I mostly ate what I picked when I was a kid. Yeah, well, that's part of the job, right? You get hungry, you just take a little snack. As you could tell, there's a lot of turning around here, and it's not one of our smoothest orchards, so we're bouncing around quite a bit. And the orchard did not get mowed. Everything else here got mowed around this area, so I'm not sure what happened to this guy, but something got skipped along the way. We like to keep the grass mowed low as we possibly can right before the end of fall to not give mice anything to tunnel under. Mice like to chew on the roots of our fruit trees, which will kill them. So we like to try and keep the grass mowed as low as possible when it gets to this point in the fall to try and not give them any habitat. See, the rate should be 21. So it holds there. If I floor it for a quick second, it'll drop down just a touch, but the computer will adjust and keep it right there. How many acres will the truck do, or how many acres do we have on the farm here? Nice little Corvette going by. What time? Harvest time. Oh, excuse me. Last week I had bronchitis, so I'm kind of just making my way back. I still am doing a little bit of wheezing. This orchard is like 5.4 acres. And I think our biggest, most continuous, largest block that we have is, what is it? It's one of our downstate farms. One of our downstate farms has like a 380 acres of orchard in one go. This one's 5.4 total. On our farm, I think we're just short of 2,400 acres, I believe. Which is plenty. The stream on this truck is a little weird at the bottom. There's a little gap that's not there on the other trucks. It's just on this side, so I don't know what that's about or why, but I don't know if I'd say big time, but it's a lot of work. Let's try not to hit any of these posts over here as we go by. And we're starting the last pass on the outside. That's our fence on the other side, the deer fence. Those trees are, what is that? Those 2004, so that's a 20-year-old orchard across the street there. That one is not on the list to be covered here. And then I think right here in a second it switches over to a younger block. And that one is also not on the list. So this block here is planted in 2011, I believe. 2011. And then that little gap, that driveway there switches to this mature block. So this is the one we were just in. We're done with that. We did dairy, then beef, no more farming. That's too bad. That is a lot of work though. That house back there was abandoned for a lot of years. One of the locals bought it and spruced it up. Now it's just a gorgeous place. So we just have to hop down the road just a touch to go to one of our next farms. Let's see, I got about, if it stopped wiggling, I got about 200 gallons left. That's about 20 acres left to spray. We got Elk Lake here at the bottom of the road. It's one of our cattle guards. What time is harvest time? Harvest time is July. Sometimes the last couple of years it's been the end of June to probably the first week of August, usually. That's our harvest window for cherries. This is a pre-emergent, and we use it to spray underneath the trees to block the weeds the following spring. So we gotta go up this driveway here. We have to finish another younger block that was planted in 2015. And then this mature block also has, I think, a little more than half of it finished. So we'll have to finish that off for the one guy who didn't get it. We got a nice big old row of pine trees here. Big pine trees. We've been taking them out little bit by little bit, but there's just so much deer pressure in here. We're adding another, I think it might be almost another 2 miles of deer fence this fall yet. Because we're gonna plant about 80 acres right up here. So we got that going for us. If anyone was watching any of the other live videos or the long form content on this channel, you know a little bit about this loader here. This is our Cat 936 loader with a rake on the front. We use that to pull trees out, which we were doing. That's in last week's video if you guys go check that out. But we're here to spray this block here. But it looks like there's some people trespassing right there, which is crazy because I believe that they know they're not supposed to be in here, but they're neighbors. So they've been walking here for so many years. Usually we don't mind people walking in the fall until hunting season, which is coming up. Till rifle season, rifle season. I believe you can bow hunt right now. But they live here in the corner by these trees, and our deer fence is gonna kind of shut them right out of the orchard. So they're kind of enjoying their last a few weeks of being able to trespass on our farm before we before we lock them out. So we're just gonna pull in here and we're gonna start spraying. So of course this isn't the most riveting job that we do here on the farm. It is pretty simple. We just kind of, once you're all mixed up, you just drive back and forth. You flip your nozzles on and off as you make the turns. It's nice to see even the cherry trees changing colors. We're here in northern Michigan. I don't know where everyone else is at where you're watching. Oh, it's a little bit of a hole there. Let me know down below in the comments or type in the chat where you found this video at. I'm interested to see where you guys pick it up at, since it's a vertical live. Is there a live page you guys are finding it on, or is it located, or you guys see it in the shorts feed? Just trying to figure out how it gets pushed out. Even the cherry tree is changing leaf color. Another gorgeous, gorgeous fall day. Mid-50s. We're still in the middle of just a brutal, massive drought. It's funny, when I was watching in the last live, I was ripping out pine trees just right by where we're at here right now, and I broke the pin to the bucket, the biggest pin on an excavator. It snapped right in half. Not sure how. I was just holding on to a tree and poof, it broke. Welcome, Scott Brown. Welcome. I believe I'm going to start kind of trying to do these live videos a couple times a week. They seem to get the most reach. I think last week I went from what is it? I think I went from mid 800s to now I'm up over 1,000 subscribers in one video. So that was big. So if you've been here a while, please consider subscribing. I do lives. I do short-term video I do the YouTube shorts. Usually I try and do one a day, whether that's from the long-form content. Long-form content goes up once a week, and that's more of like the overall projects that we're doing, or something that's happening on the farm that's more exciting. And I'll make a longer video about that. So feel free to check those out. Wish there was a good way to get my phone to stare at what we're doing here so that you guys can see better what's happening, because I'm turning around so much, it's so bouncy. A little bit of sun glare. So we have a camera that's magnetized to the outside of the door. Hello? Are we frozen? I think it froze. I can't get it to